Ah, ah. Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and another live video today. I figured the baby's sleeping. I'm excited. Why not share something with you guys today? You can call me Tigerfrost because I'm Tigerfrost Lite. There's going to be less talk about bodily functions and more talk about, well, whatever it is I fill the empty space with, I suppose. And first off, I like how they're showing this helicopter firing the first gen ATGMs from close range, like that's ever going to happen. Right off the bat, you might be able to tell this aircraft is German. And the first hint is that it has little bits and dangly bobs hanging off of it, but it still retains that sleek form follows function design of German engineering, but also right away I noticed the machine guns are definitely of that, what is it, MG42? I'm probably wrong, sorry about that, style. And also, you clearly get 4 ATGMs. These look just like the ones that are on the Stridswagen, the STRV, whatever it is now. It's been a while since I played that thing. Anyway, first gen, those would be WASD or keyboard-guided ATGMs. Plenty of killing power for the around, what, 7, like a... I think they show up between 6.7 and like 8.0 mostly bracket. Once you start getting into 8.0, obviously the lower yield on those ATGMs is going to show. But I would suspect, without reading any further at this point, this is all just first impressions, speculation, then we'll get into the article, and I'll find out that everything I said is wrong. But for now, ooh, cool. Yeah, you can tell it's German. It has the skids like an American helicopter, but it also has wheels because German engineering. If you're not over-engineering, you're not Oberst engineering. Okay. Beside that, look at the beautiful setup. You can see each component of the engine system here. Really cool. The exhaust, and it just really neat stuff here. Obviously no significant armor protection on the vehicle at all. I would expect this to be a long-range lurker. Battle rating, my guess is that this would be a 7.0 or lower. I could even see this vehicle, no armor, probably decent maneuverability, not that it matters. Not enough firepower in the anti-air role to really pose a threat to anything other than perhaps other helicopters. I could easily see this even going as low as 6.3, and you're like, 6.3, Toshio, you've lost your mind. You guys must not have been flying helicopters. They're kind of victims when it comes to anything other than long-range combat under the right circumstances, and then, well, you don't get a win battle for free card, let's put it that way. It's really the top tier ATGMs that make helicopters viable, and even then, only under certain conditions. And also, just from that brief look, I can tell that the gunner is not operating the primary joystick, if you know what I mean. It looks like he might be... Anyway, we're not Tigerfrost. We won't speculate too much on what he's doing with his hand there. The French SA.313B Lite helicopter acquired guided missiles and unguided rockets while in use by the German army. So, even though it is La France design, they're making it very clear this is for securements. Meet the first helicopter in the German tech tree. So the Allies, or sorry, the Americans get the, what is it, Cobra attack helicopter. The Germans get this one. So will they try and sell this as an 8.0 helicopter? I dearly hope not. Again, I really feel like this has a place. 7.3, 7.0, even 6.7. Yes, I'll be that guy. I could see it there, but we'll see. In War Thunder, the SA.313B Alouette 2 will be the first air vehicle in the German helicopter tech tree. This light helicopter, which is mostly just a structural frame, has one turboshaft engine and no armor whatsoever. So that's fine. It'll be just like almost every aircraft is modeled in the game, where they have essentially no armor. The SA.313B's turboshaft engine with slightly over 400 horsepower. That doesn't seem like a lot, but again, looks like an ultralight frame here, so power to weight ratio could be decent. Can get the vehicle up to 180 kph. However, its light construction and low speed do not prevent this helicopter from representing a serious threat to ground vehicles. So you say, Gaijin. So you say. First off, 3 blades on the rotor, which means it's automatically 50% better than the Cobra, and it has 4 guided missiles. It looks like 4 machine guns that are in that, you can see, elevated angle to where they're gonna converge sort of similarly to the Hydra rockets that are on the Cobra. So once again, in all seriousness, this is a challenger for the Cobra of King of 8.0 helicopters. No, I don't think so. Let's keep reading and stop joking. Pilots will spend their first battles in the SA.313B with machine guns and unguided rockets in 2 units along the sides. As you see there, those look like Hydras. Probably the equivalent. I don't think you'll see a huge difference. Look at the mountings there. Everything is very light on this aircraft, which leads me to believe, and this is actually kind of important, that your rip speed is going to be significantly lower than the Cobra, for example. More evidence piling up that this could perhaps be the lowest battle rating helicopter we have in the game, and I think that's a presumption that is reasonably solid. I would expect this to be below 8.0. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's keep reading. Unguided rockets. So it starts with unguided rockets and machine guns. 2x36. Sorry, that's a little bit of German in there. 36. 2x36, 37mm snebs. So those would be the Frenchy boy rockets, as well as guided missiles that should be quite familiar to our tankers and pilots of American helicopters. They should be familiar to our tankers, okay, and pilots of American helicopters. The SS-11 ATGM. So the Germans are once again sending the SS after everyone. It's never good when that happens. Which have done quite well for themselves in rank 4 to 6 ground battles. Have they? Have they really? Are they a crowd favorite, Gaijin? I doubt that statement, but let's keep going. They're not useless. They're surprisingly useful under the right circumstances. And I think, honestly, this platform is probably the best platform for them because, again, you can hover, you can engage from long range, but they're going to take quite a bit of skill, or significantly more skill, I should say, than the other generation of guided missiles that we see in the game, player guided missiles. And I'm thinking, you know how when you're guiding in a missile, those of you that have guided in a missile before, if your ATG V's, anti-tank guided virgins, then this is not for you, but you keep this in mind when you develop a relationship with a tank that you care very much about destroying. One day you'll find yourself guiding in a mouse-guided missile from long range, and the missile will disappear because your graphics engine will cease to render objects that far away. The game engine is still rendering it, and the missile still exists. It's just entirely invisible to you. So you use the Force, Luke, and you guide the missile into the ventilation shaft of the enemy tank, and it destroys them, and there's much rejoicing. I want you to imagine that you are manually keyboard guiding that missile in, and then it disappears. That is an entirely different scenario, is it not, my friend? However, if the force is strong with this one, you may be able to guide it in, especially if you have a lot of experience. But I think what this is going to mean is you'll be effectively limited to medium, and I say medium, we're talking like 2 clicks, right? 2 kilometers out, that's not unreasonable ranges for using these missiles, and my sneaking suspicion is this will be a 7.0 aircraft, so that it doesn't commonly see radar-guided AA. I think this is a test. You know, if it's many things, but I believe this is a serious test of something I was considering today. What if we have helicopters at lower BRs? What's that going to look like? This helicopter, I believe, puts that question into action. Here we have what could be a helicopter that does not see radar-guided AA. What then? I think we're soon to find out, or maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. You can install 4 guided missiles on the Alouette 2, which makes it a full-fledged tank hunter and lets its pilot easily move on to acquiring the next helicopters in the German tech tree. So, Gaijin claims that this will be an easy grind, a slow ride where you can take it easy, a slow ride that is perhaps a bit sleazy, but we will find out what the truth of this is. As you know, when Gaijin claims that a vehicle will be useful for this or good for that, sometimes it's true, but other times they're polishing a turd. So we'll find out. I think this will be a fun helicopter, but that's just me. And mainly because it'll have a lower BR. Let's keep reading. Beautiful images here, by the way. I highly recommend you check these out. Just gorgeous. I've said it once before, but it bears repeating. Germany makes some pretty vehicles, even though this is French. It's been polished by the Germans with their obsessive habits for making things sparkly clean. And Gaijin's 3D modelers have done a fantastic job, as is par for the course by now, but by no means less appreciated. There you see the projectile, the missile, the guided rocket. In War Thunder's update 183 Masters of the Sea, you will find new German helicopters and a lot of other great content. The update is coming soon, so keep an eye on our news. And here you can see some other things that they've been up to. The big hype is for German helicopters and Her Majesty's Royal Navy, or His Majesty's Navy, I think, at the time, right? And yeah, that's all I have to say. Night Falcon already. Looks like we'll get shot down just by looking at it. Going to be an interesting gameplay, he says. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. Well, look at its tail. I wonder how many bullets will just fly through it. And then Quiche, an administrator, answers, Nameless, you can't get hit if there is nothing to hit in the first place. So apparently Quiche's advice is to just not take this into battle. That seems pretty reasonable. Survival says, but Gaijin, it's a French helicopter. Those SS-11 are French. The French army put machine guns and missiles on it. Why is this German variant the first variant in the game? And I'm going to go ahead, without even reading anymore, just guess that it's because that's the tech tree that's coming into the game. But Smin 1080p, an administrator, says, because the German tree is being added in 1.83, not the French, yet. Survival replies also, why do you say the French light helicopter acquired guided missiles while in use by the German army? You make it sound like the Germans took the helicopter and were the first ones to attach missiles to it. This would be wrong. You should have a period there. This would be wrong, as the French army chose to arm this helicopter with ATGMs and machine guns. It doesn't exclude the German army when they say that it acquired guided missiles under the Germans. That's not necessarily an exclusive statement. But the implication, well, it's not there. Okay, let's see what else. Looney's DZ's 96. I've seen somebody that had that name. Was it Looney's or was it some other DZ Southwest 96? I don't know what that stands for. Now this is my new thing. I love how it looks. My God. You know what? Absolutely right. Oh wow, it looks beautiful. Wow, close up on pilot's video clip. Hot damn. Yeah, their hands are still in the wrong place, but those pilots are pretty cool. So the most important and interesting French vehicles will, I hope, not be only for the Germans in 1.83. Gelt Francais, hoping for some more love for the France. Blessed. I was like, yay, French got their copters too. Oh, then I read German tech tree. First image, but I mean, look at this thing. It has a lot of German hints about its origin here on it with the cross and the guns. But that is that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I don't think that I'll be consistently doing dev blogs and things, but I had the time today, so I thought, why not? Anyway guys, catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.